Hello. Today's segment is Adobe app keeps loading on PC even when checked off not to run. So I want to make sure we can hear this. Adobe app keeps loading on PC even when checked off not to run. Seems like it's going, but I got my sound down too much. Let's test it again. Even when checked off not to run. Seems like it's going, but I got my... Alright. I couldn't hear it too well because my volume on the computer and the driver's side, not the speaker side, was too low. I had it low because at nighttime got neighbors that cry in bits because of noise. So anyways, yeah, Adobe products, no matter if it's Photoshop or whatever, they all consist of one driver that comes from this. I'll show you what it is. Adobe Cloud. Adobe Creative Cloud. Okay? And here you can pay for the app. Sometimes it's cheap, sometimes they have it kind of, excuse me, high for prices. My throat's a little dry because I just basically woke up no more than like 40 minutes ago. So yeah, you see here in Adobe Cloud you can get all these products if you've got the major plan to have all the products. Okay? And you'll get the other things like here. These are the ones, some of the ones I got installed. Don't got Adobe Firefly, but I don't know why that's there. But the ones I got installed will say open, like Photoshop, Illustrative. Illustrative is actually the first thing we ever called AI besides in the movies. So AI, when you talk about AI, you got to make sure you're either talking about the smart, intelligent program or this, Illustrative. AI, Illustrative, is the first AI we ever had or talked about. And it's not a smart program or anything. It's the program you use to do vectorizing and stuff. You know, things like that. Sorry about that. But anyways, AI is for doing graphics and stuff like that, vector art graphics and stuff. You can create your own vector art graphics and stuff in it, and it's a useful tool for doing things, for doing t-shirts designs and stuff or whatnot, or even doing designs for like say billboards or anything like that, or even doing a design to make for a car painting or whatever, you know, things like that. So I use that from time to time. Acrobat Reader, you need that for documents and stuff, because a lot of state businesses and stuff like that use Acrobat Reader for reading documents and stuff, and it keeps it more secure and stuff, and it gets good editing tools. Premiere Pro, I use that. That's for video editing and stuff, and that's pretty good. Also for sound editing as well. See, InDesign I don't got installed because it says install. And also Adobe Express I don't got that installed. So here's the things I got installed is Lightroom. No, I don't got Audition. I got After Effects. I got MediaCore, which is one of the things you need to connect some of your files to work properly. Sorry, still dry in the lower part of the throat. Let's see. Dreamweaver I got. That's for doing websites and stuff in databases. Let's see. Character Animator. Yes, I have that. I was using that for a while years back when I was doing a lot of YouTube videos. I was doing commentary on games and stuff. And so I decided to do a cute way of doing it by making a little scenery and stuff, or just having a little digital puppet out there that I control with my facial expressions in my head, and then I use the keyboard controls on the keyboard to have it act out and move its hands and stuff like that, and also make it look like it's running and stuff. It's a cute program. Something useful to get into. I mean, haven't anyone seen that one where they made a digital program, digital puppet of President Trump years back in what was it, 2018 or something like that, and they were making fun of him, and it was cute, and he got a kick out of it. So yeah, that's the program they use to do it, and it was fun. It was cute. So let's see, anything else here I got installed? Oh yeah, camera. I definitely need camera for Photoshop and other things like for Premiere Pro and stuff, and also for Dreamweaver, anything, or even like this Adobe Podcast. I never heard of that one. That's different. I might check that out later. Yeah, so I got certain ones that I use. Not all, I don't use all these. I only use certain applications from Adobe. And they're good applications, I'll give them that. But the thing is, Adobe is doing something wrong. Okay, now I'm going to close out of that. Now I'm going to bring up Task Manager on my computer, alright? Okay, and here's the process list. It comes automatically up on process list. Are we still on here? Yeah, we're still on. So on the process list here, on the first few apps that's running in the foreground is Firefox. Okay, because I got that up for so I can check on my video for YouTube. So make sure it's still streaming. Then when you got OBS, because I'm using OBS app to do my online video here, and I got Task Manager open now. Now here are the background processes. As you can see, Acrobat Calibration, which is Adobe, running, and that shouldn't have been running in the first place. In fact, before I opened up Adobe Creative Cloud there application, before I opened that up, this was already running. And also Acrobat Reader license was already running too, because I already checked on it when I first started up the computer, and sure enough, because I go and close certain processes when I first start up the computer so it won't lag it down. And I'm sorry to say, Adobe does lag down a lot of its, a lot of people's computers. My computer, for one, I can tell when it's lagged down because the way it acts. Applications not responding properly, applications not popping up and running as fast and smooth as it should. Yeah, things like that, or even your web browser freezing up a little bit. Yeah, Adobe seems to clash with a lot of drivers on your PC and your drivers that's needed for other applications. And it's a memory hog too. So if it's hogging more memory on your system, that means it's taking away memory from other applications. It is. Even if you got a lot of memory on it. In fact, I'll get to that part about that on my computer, okay? So, and no, I probably have more memory than most people, but right now my system ain't fully maxed out for physical RAM. Okay? I got 8 slots of RAM, you know, slots for RAM to be put in, but the thing is I only got 2 slots I'm using. Yeah, and I got 32 gig of RAM running right now. I can put more in and have it run, but I have to have basically the same type of RAM and have it synced. You got to go into the CMOS drivers of it and you got to sync it up properly. You can do it automatically by the program, or you can do it manually. Just like, you know, how you make your CPUs and stuff, they run more faster. Yeah, same process. But the thing is, you got to make sure it's synced up either by program or by manually doing it. And if you manually do it, you can probably screw it up and probably end up frying your RAM. You got to be very careful. So anyways, I got also Acrobat Update service running. And Adobe Content Sync right now is running because I opened up Adobe Creative Cloud, so that normally starts up with that. But the one, and look right here, see Creative Cloud, you got that running. That's because I opened that up and I showed you what I have and what I'm using for Adobe. So that's running right now, but before I opened that up, this part here wasn't running, okay? Only things that were running on it was Notification Manager, Adobe Creative Cloud, and Adobe Acrobat. And actually, yeah, there was actually a couple of Creative Cloud that was running without me opening up the application. Can't remember which one it was. I think it was probably this one, Update Service and Enter Proc Service. So I think it was those two that was running before I opened it up. So anyways, now I'll go to startups. See, here in your startups, you can control what most of your applications run. Even on your applications inside, you can sometimes like check it off, like I don't want it to run when my computer starts up or whatever type deal. Okay. So on this end, for your startups and task manager, you can go here and disable stuff. Like, look, I got Adobe Sync, Collaborative Sync disabled, so it's not supposed to be running at all. Okay. But yeah, it's running on my computer right now. And let's see, Creative Cloud to pop up when my computer runs, when it first starts up. That's disabled, so no, that don't run right off, but yet it still has drivers still popping up and running. So the application face, you know, the browser part that I showed you with all the products on it, that doesn't pop up and run, but yet drivers part to it still pop up in the background and run. And it causes my computer to lag a bit. I like to have my computer fast and running smooth, not lagging and freezing up here and there because of another stupid program, okay? And I have Microsoft 365 Copilot enabled because I wanted to play with that a little bit, and I haven't been able to do it lately or yet, because it's supposed to be an AI program for Windows, or actually your Microsoft 360 program, like, you know, if you got Outlook Express email and stuff like that, or even Word application being used. That's all part of it. That's a new add-on that they added to it. So if you also look down here, I got other things checked off. So that one I got going. Also I got Copilot. Copilot is from regular Microsoft running too, and I closed that in the process section. So anyhow, got those two. Those are two AI things. I wanted to check them out because I'm a little bit into this AI intelligent thing a little bit. Checking it out, and also doing some graphic designs with it here and there once in a while, and also had it help me co-pilot, or be a co-pilot on writing a book. It would help me out on certain things to write a book, and it actually turned out pretty good. Just that sometimes it ended up repeating itself for a sentence or a paragraph, and I didn't like it. That part. Now, see, Windows is very slow on Windows 11. It sucks. Windows 11 sucks. It's worse than Windows 3.0. So as you can see, I also got Microsoft Defender going. That's the antivirus and stuff, and also firewall. Microsoft Teams, that's disabled because I don't really chat with anybody or share my information with anybody. When I got a business going for doing t-shirt graphics and stuff, and sorry, even with my business information or whatever, I don't share anything with anybody. I don't do that shit. And my own creative things there for my own products, for making designs. Yeah, I wouldn't mind collaborating with somebody sometime, but the thing is, that means I have to share credit. That means I have to share, you know, if it pays out for that design to make money, I have to share that. So yeah, I wouldn't mind sharing. It's just sometimes with my ideas and their ideas might not mesh well together for making a design. So, and I got mobile devices running. That's for, like, your phones hitching up to the computer and stuff. I got MS Edge on disabled. So Microsoft Teams disabled, MS Edge disabled, because I don't like the Edge browser, but yet it's still there, and I don't use that as default. OneDrive, got that enabled, because yeah, I like to back up some stuff to that. Phone link, that's for the phone. Security health system enabled, yes, got to have that going all the time. Terminal, that's disabled. Actually, security health is enabled, sorry. Microsoft Corporation terminal, that's disabled. That's a way for hackers to get into your computer. Even if you're not using it, they can still use the terminal and gain access to your computer. Yeah. I mean, it's a good thing for doing stuff, checking on CMOS and stuff like that, and also checking on viruses for your computer yourself, or without you using an application. And you also can do telecommunications with it. That's the part where hackers use it to gain access into other computers. And you got Xbox here, and I don't have no Xbox connected to my thing here, so that's disabled. I don't want that popping up all the time. So yeah, so I showed you my startup. So yeah, so Adobe products, they shouldn't be starting up on my computer at all in the background. The only way they should be starting up is if I go and click on Create a Cloud, or if I click on Photoshop, which is down here. So if I went to go click on Photoshop, that would pop up and run. Or if I clicked on it on my taskbar, because I got Photoshop on my taskbar for me to go to and click on it anytime I want. Especially if I got a browser open. So I got that running, because that's one of the things I use mostly when I'm doing art and I'm painting and drawing, because I use that for drawing and painting a lot. And I got my other application. I got my Wacom tablet, because my monitor is a great big Wacom device, and I could draw and write on it. Yeah. So, and I got OBS, and also I got this EasyCast. EasyCast is to cast things from your phone onto your computer. So yeah, and there's going to be a video I'm going to be putting out about certain apps that I tried on my phone that's supposed to help you make money. And they claim it does, and that you can go and deposit any amount of money at any time without doing stupid tasks or whatever, or watching so many videos, okay? And have it sent to your PayPal account or whatever payment account that they have on there. And they mostly got PayPal, but yeah, I tried it, and guess what? I tried to get paid, couldn't get paid. It kept on refreshing itself for me to do more videos. And I'll be showing you the games about that, so you know which games to friggin' avoid. And there was only one type of game program I went on, and I played the game for about maybe 30 minutes to an hour, one of their games on there, and I earned only 50 cents. So yeah, they're paying out money, but yeah, and it did go to my PayPal account, the PayPal account that I chose it to go to, and I got 50 cents. And it goes to show that one pays less, but yeah, you would have to be playing the game constantly every day from morning to night till you friggin' go to bed, just to make anything out of it, to help you pay off your bills or help you even get a friggin' 2-liter bottle of soda. So it don't really pay out much. So I'll be doing a video about that later. But anyways, yeah, so only way those processes for Adobe should be running in my background is if I click on Photoshop and I have it running. And then when I close Photoshop, all those processes are supposed to be closing as well, not staying open. And Adobe gets it so it stays open no matter what. So if you close the Photoshop, the rest of the process for it, and even for Adobe Cloud and everything else, is still friggin' running in the background. All because you open up that application. So when you open up Photoshop, Adobe Cloud drivers and stuff popping up too and running. Yeah. even though you don't got Adobe Cloud running, just the Photoshop. And also, if you do that same thing with AI, you know, Acrobat Reader, I mean not Acrobat Reader, but Adobe Illustrator, even if you get Adobe Illustrator running, same thing happens, okay? Even with Adobe Premiere Pro, for editing videos and stuff and sound, same thing happens. And once you go to close the application, it's still running in the background, taking up memory and processes time for your computer. It slows down and lags out your computer's processing time for other applications. And if other people are telling me no, I don't know, and you're not watching your computer very good, or seeing how it reacts or runs, I know how my computer runs without having that running. It runs pretty damn smooth and pretty quick. Because I got a good size, fast computer. It's not one of the very fastest AMD processors, but it is close up in that range. I used to have an 8-core AMD Ryzen chip on here on my motherboard, and that was kind of fast for an 8-core. But I got a 12-core now, and it's a lot more faster. It speeds up a lot more stuff on my computer, and also gets a little bit more hotter than the 8-core one. But anyways, like I was saying, Adobe, whenever you have that running, its driving stuff is stealing memory and stuff like that, and processing time from other applications, just to have that running in the background. So yeah, things are slowing down and slagging. And I can tell just by watching my programs and watching how everything is responding and acting on time. Because each application has so many milliseconds or a minute or whatever to run and process and jump, you know, open up and stuff like that. And also, while it's open, it has so many milliseconds or whatever to run and do tasks. Like if on your browser, like I'll show you my browser, if I can. Yeah, I was looking up actresses and stuff. Like right here, I'm able to switch things right now because Adobe is just in the background running, and it's being stable right now. And then plus this application just popped up. Sure, it popped up kind of fast, but it would normally pop up even quicker. Alright, so this application here, this is Instagram, showing you all this. So anyways, and it's still refreshing for other stuff. Okay, so anyhow, that popped up kind of fast, but not as fast as it normally does when the process of Adobe and stuff is closed completely. So I just wanted to put that there. Okay, so yeah, I got all these tabs going, and that takes up memory for the browser. Why I can do this? Because I got a lot of RAM, and my motherboard has a lot of bandwidth because of the CPU. The CPU helps. The more higher, faster CPU you got on your system gives you also more bandwidth, and also the more RAM you got on your motherboard, that gives you more bandwidth too to run things. All right, and also makes things run smoother too. Like your games can run faster without you over tweaking it to be faster. Okay, so I got mine set at default for speed and everything on my computer for this chip, and also for the memory. So I'm not overclocking anything, and it's fast enough as it is. Even plays games pretty good fast without me overclocking. Because once you overclock your system, your CPU and your RAM, guess what? And that's also overclocking your motherboard too. Guess what? Over time, it's gonna decrease the lifespan of your motherboard and your CPU and your memory, and also your fans too. Because where that's overclocking, that's also overheating more often, and your fans lifespan is going to be decreased as well to keep your motherboard and everything and your video card and also your CPU cool. I use water cooling for my computer for the CPU, and I got fans for everything else. I got a lot of fans in my tower because I built the damn thing myself. I didn't go out and buy it. I brought piece by piece, and I put it together, and I programmed it, and I put it together, so I know how my system runs. So anyhow, that's that. So yeah, see, even close kind of fast. With Adobe process not going, it would close even quicker. So now back to the processes. Now I'm going to show you the performance side. Here's the performance side. This is to show you my CPU. My CPU is an AMD Ryzen Threadripper, and it's a 12-core processor. It has 24 logical cores, 12 cores. It has 12 logical processors, excuse me, and 12 cores, and it's one socket, and it's running at default 3.50 gigahertz base high speed. So guess what? It's going up to 4 gigahertz on its own. Yeah. You see? It's changing right up to 4 gigahertz. So yeah, it's pretty fast CPU. I mean, there's some Threadrippers out there that's like 24 core or more, you know, stuff that I wouldn't mind having a CPU like that, but the thing is that costs a lot of money. And I was lucky to get this one, and I didn't have to pay that much to get this one. But it was on sale and stuff, and it weren't a used one. It was brand new. And the thing is, it took me a while to wait for them to come down in price, because they're coming out with other CPUs and stuff like that, so the prices went down on it. So there you go. I saved some money, because when I first got the motherboard, the 12-core one, it was out, but the thing is, they wanted like over $1,000 more for the damn thing. So, and I couldn't afford that. I was already basically paying $1,000 just for the motherboard and memory and the CPU for the 8-core all together, and also water cooling and stuff like that at the time. And this is around COVID time, you know, around 2020, when we was getting those first checks and stuff. So I went and I invested in upgrading my computer and having it be more faster and stuff, and also getting a couple extra hard drives and stuff with it. So I did that. So, and I don't go and take my computer to a PC specialist or whatever. I build it myself. I know how to do it. I learned it from how to do it from friends. I also learned by reading online. I also learned by going to school. Yes, I went to college to be a PC tech. So, and I passed it within 3 days instead of going for the whole 6 months. Just 3 days course for me. Passed it easy. Thing is, I was supposed to have my tests on the second day, but something happened. I brought my old computer in. I was trying to have my teacher help me with formatting the hard drive and splitting it, so I can have Windows be in one section and also have the CMOS DOS, excuse me, that's still part of CMOS, but DOS program that I was studying for my test, to be better at my test and quicker, so I can definitely ace it. I still aced it anyways, but anyways, have that on one side so I can practice overnight. And instead, what happened? My teacher fried my motherboard. So lucky I had a spare one at home and as a backup, and I went and replaced it. But then they weren't even going to pay for my motherboard that my teacher fried. He was saying it was my fault. I go, no, you're the one that was fooling around with the computer. I told you not to do that specific thing, and you did it anyways. And he fried my computer. Anyways, yeah, so here's the memory, 32 gig, like I said. Excuse me, getting gas. Type 2 diabetes, so with us, we lose our vitamins and stuff like that, and only that, we tend to be kind of gassy, and then that's for burping or whatever. So anyways, yeah, I got 32 gig of RAM, physical RAM, and right here it shows you slots used, 2 slots out of 8. So I got 6 slots left, so I can put more RAM on here. Like I said, you gotta have at least about the same type of RAM that has the same type of frequency, and then you can put it on and you'll have no problems. But you have to get that same type of RAM so it will match up on the slots. Yes, you gotta have it the same frequency and everything so it'll match up, so you won't have no errors or your computer crashing or anything like that, or your operating system crashing and doing flippy flips or whatever. So yeah, so that's what I got, and most people don't even get that. Not even most laptops even carry through 32 gig of RAM. So, and a lot of people use laptops. Oh, that's my PC. That's a PC. No, laptops are basically an add-on to your system for a PC network. A laptop ain't really considered a main computer. A lot of people consider it that, but it's not. A laptop don't even have the power or the capacity or even the bandwidth that desktop computer does. You can't even hold that many hard drives on your system. Even if you got a swap deck attached to it for a USB port, the most they have for on their swap decks is like 4 hard drive attached to it at once. You know, for some, and those are very expensive ones too. But yeah, and sorry, a motherboard, a laptop's motherboard, the most they can carry on their friggin' motherboard is basically 2 stick RAM, if that. And it depends on the motherboard, really. And motherboards for a laptop really don't have that much bandwidth compared to a tower motherboard, you know, a mini tower motherboard, or even a full tower motherboard, or even the mini motherboards that they got out there for PC towers. So, there ain't nothing like that. Yeah, so yeah, laptops, very slow. They're not that quick. They can be fast to a point, but not really that quick. And some people use them for gaming, and then they bit stickers so it freezes up and stuff like that because they're timing on their laptops and stuff like that. Ain't really that quick to respond to some of the games that they have out there. So that's using my desktop computer. If you program it right and stuff like that, have it put together, especially if you're doing it yourself. Read about it, read about the tick notes and stuff. Make sure everything matches up. Anything will be running perfectly. Or you can just keep it as default and it'll still run pretty good. Like me, I just got it as default right now because I really don't have nothing to really match up for the ticks yet. Because right now, both my memory for a physical RAM, they're both the same thing. So the tick notes are matching up by default. So I really didn't have to do anything to edit that or really fool around with it. I just slapped it together and blank, there we go, it's running, it's good. The cooling system's running, fans are running, all good, all clean. And I try to go in my tower every once in a while to go and dust, clean. Get one of those dust sprayers, air sprayers, and dust your computer out. Because sorry, electrical components and stuff, for one, doesn't like hair, doesn't like muck or dust or mud or dirt or even bugs in your computer, on the computer, on any part of it. So you got to make sure it's dust free and also has no bugs. Okay. So and that will help out keep your computer and everything lifespan more longer. So yeah, so I got memory, and as you can see, these are hard drives down below. I got quite a few hard drives. I can get more. I got more add-on. I got an add-on SAT connection to my computer, so I can have more drives if I wish. But the thing is, I don't got enough space on the interior. Well, I got a little bit. I got a couple more slots to put in, a couple more, like 3, maybe 4 more hard drives, and that's about it. But yeah, my add-on one can hold more than that. Yeah. So right now I got 2 add-ons to that one. So, and also I got a swap deck on my tower too. Yeah, I can use SSD drive or a regular hard drive and put it in there and swap it out like it was a floppy. Yeah, even while the computer's running, I can take an SSD drive, put it in, and back up stuff onto that drive, and then take it off and put another drive in its place. And it does nothing wrong to the drive or anything, or the connections. It slides in, slides out easily. So long as you're sliding in and sliding out the proper way. If you go and pull up and slide it out, yeah, you're going to be scraping the little metal teeth on it and stuff like that, and ruining it, so it's not going to have a good connection. Then after that, your memory is not going to have a good connection for the drive. So just pull it out, easily in a straight line. Do not lift or anything, just pull it out straight, and you'll be good to go. And you'll be able to swap off another drive back and forth, just like it was one of the old floppies. I gotta get some more water. So, yeah, as you can see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drives going. A couple of them are hard drives, large hard drives, and a couple of them are SSD drives. And one of them out of here is the floppy. Well, call it a floppy, but the swap deck. That's my floppy, the swap deck. So I got that. And I got Ethernet. Right now my Ethernet's going crazy because Adobe product is sending information back and forth. Not only that, my browser as well, and also where I'm doing video streaming right now, that is sending a lot of large data going through, as you can see. And also my GPU. GPU is your video card. So I got Nevada GeForce RTX 360, and it has CUD cores in it, and this is a 12 gigabyte one. So I got that one, so I can do 3D modeling and stuff like that through DAZ and through other applications a lot better. And also it helps out a little bit more when I'm doing vector art, and also when I'm doing digital painting and stuff in Adobe Photoshop. Yeah, helps out with a lot of processing time on it. Yeah, it makes things a little bit more smoother. So it does help out. So Nevada card that has CUD cores really helps out if you're into 3D modeling stuff. So yeah, I like to get my art aspect, experience from different angles, from different processes of art, like 3D modeling, like 3D sculpting and stuff. Yeah, there's a program out there you can do that for. There's actually several different programs for 3D modeling, sculpting. You can do that for. There's free, like, let me see if I can find it. Do I got it installed here or not? Yeah. Can't remember if I installed it this time or not. Wow. I don't see it. I don't see it. Well, normally it would be here. Yeah, I don't see it. It's not installed. But anyways, there's at DAZ Studio's website, daz.com. You can go there, and there I'll show you what DAZ looks like. Here's DAZ Studio. Here you got software. If you go to 3D software, you can install DAZ Studio for free. It's for free. Yes, it is. It's not that great of an application, but it does got good graphics and stuff at times. And here they got other things you can get, like Blender. That's the Blender and stuff to add on installation for. But also they have other software you can download for 3D modeling. DAZ does some 3D sculpting and modeling a little bit, because they got tools for it that you can do. But there's other things you can get, other 3D applications you can get through 3D modeling. And you can make humans and stuff, creatures and whatnot. So there you go. That's all in the process of 3D modeling. So yeah, so you need, and for all that stuff for the 3D modeling, I would say you would actually need a good amount of RAM to do all that stuff. So the 3D modeling program stuff ain't gonna freeze up on you and lag out. Yeah, because you need a lot of process bandwidth and stuff like that to make sure it runs good. So I mean, when I'm running DAS lags out a lot because they don't know how to program their program right at all. So it lags. It lags by default, no matter what, because it's a piece of crap. It's good visual effects for video and stuff like that, and for rendering the models to a point, but it's not that great. But anyways, there's other applications out there for 3D modeling that would be better and stuff. And also there's one, I can't remember what they call it. I'll see if I can find it in search. Yeah, let's see if I can find it. That's spelled right. Figaro? That's new. I've seen that one. Blender is a free application that's supposed to be somewhat alright. It's not the best one out there. OpenSCAD or CAD. I heard about that. Never used it, but it's supposed to be for more or less 3D modeling for ZBrush. That's what I'm talking about. ZBrush Core Mini for beginners. Actually, ZBrush itself is a good application. See, here's Blender. They're showing you Blender. Let's see if they got a picture of ZBrush. ZBrush Core Mini. If you it's free. This one's free. Oh, well then I might download it myself. It's been a while since I researched this stuff. But yeah, ZBrush. I used to have ZBrush years back, but the thing is, they wanted like over $700 at the time for it. So I had to get a pirated one just to test it out, and I made this. And I never did sculpting before in my life. I just was good at art. I know how to do things. Also, I made my own, basically my own toys when I was a kid. I wanted a model of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. So what I did, I sketched one out, put the details on it, painted it, colored it, and it looked good. Had teeth and whole 9 yards, and I put it on cardboard, cut it out, and I made it into, how can I put it, a cardboard standing 3D T-Rex dinosaur model. And the legs could bend. Yep, I had these special things that put into for the feet and everything, and the legs could bend. And also I had it so the tail can move at a certain angle, at certain ends and stuff, and the mouth could open. Yeah. So yeah, I had all that, and I made it myself. Even the little hands could move. So I did all that as a kid. Yeah, I was about, what, 4 or 5 years old, something like that, and I did that as a kid. Because I got this book from school to teach me how to draw dinosaurs. So I learned it, and then boom, I did it. I just looked at a picture and like, bang, 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 bang. Put all the details in, scales, the whole 9 yards, and made my own toy dinosaur. Because back then, there weren't no big dinosaurs that stood about 2.5 feet tall. Yeah, it stood about that tall. And they only had little small things that didn't move or anything. And then they had the models, the plastic models that you glue together. Sometimes those move to a point, but then if you overdid it, they break. So I made my own. It was like my own paper cardboard doll T-Rex. So I did ZBrush when it was first came out years ago, and I sculpted like this demon. Well, I could say it was the devil with the hooves, you know, like the bottom part of the body for legs and stuff that was like a goat, and he had the hooves, and then the top part was like big muscular man, you know, for the arms and everything. The arms, the hands had claws on them, you know, coming out of the fingers, and had veins showing and stuff on it. And I also had big muscular shoulders popping out, and also the traps popping out like big muscular thing, thick neck. And then I had a muscular face, and the chin was kind of pointed, and the nose was kind of pointed like a wedge too. You know, not like a cartoon pointing, but you know, like a regular human pointy nose. And then I had wide eyes that looked evil and menacing, and had an evil look to it, and eyebrows that was sticking out, sort of like a Neanderthal, and you know, forehead was very stern, and then I had ears that looked like goat ears, and then I had the horns, big ass friggin' horns, coming up, curling in front. And he was sitting on a throne. And I did that on, for the devil model I did, was in 3 different sections. And then I did his throne, which is in 1 section, and that was built of skulls, human skulls and stuff, and other animal skulls. And he also had what you call a scepter that was built out of a big ram's head with the horns. So, and I was gonna paint that, and I was gonna render it as a t-shirt design and stuff, but before I could go and paint it, the day I was gonna sit down all day and paint it, somehow I caught a virus and it wiped me all out. And back then I only had 1 hard drive on my system. Yeah, because I was just starting out in computers and stuff. So I just had basically 1 hard drive in it. The virus took everything out. I had no place to back up to anything. So after that I got more than 1 hard drive, and I kept 1 as a backup for my stuff, for my work and everything. So that's what I do now. So yeah, I remember making that, and I wanted to process that, to paint it and stuff, and then render it and show everyone what I did for 3D sculpting, and also render it as an image to put on t-shirts and stuff. Yeah, because I was going to have fire on the side and stuff like that, and out back, and have, you know, everything looking all menacing. I was also going to do another character, like a little demon in front of him bowing down. You know? Yeah, but got a virus and it destroyed it. I had no way to back it up. That's the reason why I learned to get an extra hard drive, or more than 1 extra hard drive, and back it up. So these hard drives I got, they're like backups of a backup of a backup of a backup of most of my files. I know they don't all back up at once. I have to go and back it up and back it up and back it up, like that. So yeah, so they're all separate. So yeah, and also I gotta swap that so I can back up files onto another SSD drive or hard drive and save it and take it off there and store it away until needed. So yeah. So the ones that are not connected to the computer, they are stored away in a little drawer in safekeeping. But anyways, yeah, I think I'll download this myself and try it out, have fun with it. But I want to get into more 3D modeling again. You know, I already done a couple on Daz, and that one's kind of clunky and sluggish. So it takes a while to do things. But when I did ZBrush back in the day, and back in the day, my computer really wasn't that very fast compared to other people's computers. It was just a basic computer, and it was only so fast. It helped me all right with doing games at times and stuff. But let me see, when I did ZBrush really didn't lag out that much. Actually, ZBrush was actually kind of good from what I can remember. Only ones that kept on lagging was Daz Studio, and what was the other one? There was another one that was a modeling rendering program before DAS came out. I don't remember what it was. Let me check DAS thing here again. Oh yeah, Unreal. No, not Unreal. 3D Max. I don't got it here. Well, there's another one out there before DAS Studio came out. So I just want to put that out there that, yeah, Adobe is still having files running on your system, whether if you know it or not, even if you got it checked off that you don't want it to run or whatever in your background processes, it still is. And I find that to be pretty fishy. I actually think Adobe is spying on us and stealing information from our computers and probably selling it to a third party. Because why would it still be running in the background when you have it checked off and perform it and let's see, in your startups to be disabled? Like I said here, I got it disabled. I even got another process of Adobe. This is a CCX process of Adobe right here. That's Adobe sign. Disabled. So that means nothing should be enabled, just like Adobe Cloud, disabled. So when you start up a computer, excuse me, when you start up a computer, there should be nothing of the Adobe running, period. Nothing. What? I go to start up my computer and I check Task Manager for this, and I see Acrobat Calibration Sync running when it's not supposed to be. I see Acrobat Licensing running when it's not supposed to be. I see Acrobat Update Service running when it's not supposed to be. Only time that any of these is supposed to be running, and even Adobe Content Synchronizer, that's not supposed to be running either. Okay? When you first start your computer. Only time these stuff are supposed to be running was when you go to click on the applications to make it run. And then it can do an update for your files and everything for the applications. It's not supposed to be doing it without your permission or running in the background when it's not running. You understand me? So yeah, all this stuff is supposed to be shut the hell off. Like here, I'm gonna go end it, boink. 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 Crash, that one's not supposed to be running either. Like I said, I already had that. I had it running myself. Even before I had it running myself, these things were already running, most of them. So it's not supposed to be running unless, like here, that I don't want running. And right here, that's supposed to be not running. That's supposed to be not running. And look, see, it popped back up for Adobe. I go to shut it off and look, pop back up. What does that tell you? These things are not supposed to be popping back up once you close them, even in the background. If you're using the background tool right here to end it, because sometimes you get applications that won't shut off when you want them to, because some type of lag or a misclick in the application itself. You can go here and shut it off quicker. Okay? No matter if it's a browser or whatever, you can do it here. Like you just saw me, I just closed everything with Adobe, and then all of a sudden, boom, it started popping back up again. See, I didn't like that. I don't like that at all. So, right now, all we got is OBS. See, this is OBS stuff right here, so that's okay, because I clicked on that to run. But at least OBS, when I first started my computer and stuff, it don't have nothing running. Only way it has anything running to even do any updates is when I click on it to run. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be running when you don't want it to run. You know? It's not supposed to be. Only when you go to click on it, it's supposed to be running. For anything, for any of its drivers or anything. It's the way a true application is supposed to be. Other than that, applications that spy on you and steal information from your computer and stuff like that will be running in the background when you got it checked off for it not to. That means this thing, Adobe, is actually going against my commands to have it not run in the background or when I start my computer. That means it's spying on my computer to get any information of what I'm doing, to send it to their server, and they're sending it to someplace else, aren't they? And I wonder who they're sending it to. It's probably our government, because our government is cooking full of frauds right now anyways, and they're that way, and our government's so scared of its own people. Well, if they stop doing wrong things and bad things to the people, then guess what? I guess the people won't be going out trying to do chaos and also trying to hurt the politicians, right? Right? Am I right? If you don't do anything wrong to them, they're not going to do anything wrong to you. You do something wrong to them, that's going to accept, that's going to ruin their livelihood or their lives, period. Yeah, expect the people to come back and try to get you for it. It's just like a wild cat. You don't feed it or whatever. You know, your cat, if you don't feed it well, guess what? It's going to get angry. It's going to start attacking you. Yeah, it's going to become aggressive because it's going to be hungry. So, there we go. We got all that done. And let's see. Wow, almost an hour. Yeah, I didn't think I ranted on that long. But anyways, hope you liked the video. I'm trying to put that out for informing the public about everything that's going on with this Adobe thing. And yes, it looks very suspicious to me and weird, and I don't like it. I even complained to them years ago about that, but they don't seem to change anything about their application. They think they're in the right. They can do what they want. Well, if all the people using their application don't like what they're doing, and if they're spying on us and stuff there and stealing our information off our computer, that's called hacking, and that's against the law. The people can go and take a lawsuit against them and sue them for it, and they can end up having their business closed. Yeah, and then also lose their customers before even they got sued. Well, I just want to tell people about this, to warn them about what's really going on with Adobe and how it's affecting my computer and how it's probably affecting theirs too, and they just don't realize it. And also how Adobe product is acting this way, and it shouldn't be. Because like I said, there's these other applications I use. Excuse me, let me close that one. Like, see, when I start my browser, okay, when I start my browser, actually when I start the computer, my browser is not even starting up on its own. Nothing of my browser for processes or anything is starting unless I click on it. Even for my games here, I got certain games here that I downloaded from Arc and also from Steam. Okay, these games have no process running in the background when I start on my computer. Okay, only way they got anything running for these games, for these applications running in the background, is when I go to click on it. And then it goes and checks for an update to see if it needs to be updated from my end for the client side. So these games here don't even have nothing running. That's the way an application is supposed to be run and used and let being used. It's only supposed to run when you click on it. Not supposed to be running the whole damn time on your computer, especially when you get it checked off for it not to be running. Like Exodus program for Bitcoin and stuff, because I tried that. I mined some Bitcoin and stuff, checking it out. I got to that point when they had that big stock thing coming in for Bitcoin, saying you're going to get a lot of money for this. So I checked it out. Yeah, I got a lot of Bitcoin coming in all because the stocks went up. But I couldn't cash it out. I had a hard time trying to cash out any of it. Couldn't cash out nothing. And it was like over $1,000, all because the stocks went up very high. And I was shocked. So I wanted to cash out. I wanted the money, but yeah, I couldn't do it. So I never bothered with it. And then when the stock went down, well, guess what? I lost it all. So how is that valuable currency? It's fake currency. It's like a video game. You can't hold it. You can't keep it. And for one, you can't really save it, because if the stocks go down, you lose it. If stocks crash, you lose it. If stocks go up, you get more, but you don't really get to keep it. You can't really cash it out now, can you? And there's really no place around to really use Bitcoin to buy anything with it. Why? Because it's not a real currency. It's not like a dollar bill. When you get a dollar bill, if you even get money, real currency money in the bank, At least when the stocks go down and up and on that one, you're not going to lose it. And then again, you're not going to get more of it. Because you have to be the one saving it up on for that. Not for the stocks. So yeah, Bitcoin is nothing but fake, stupid shit. It's a little game toy. People are trying to play with you. Trying to get you to spend real money on it. To buy it. But yeah, you go and buy it, guess what? The next day you lost it all. No, thank you. So yeah, I have that there, and I have very little Bitcoin, and I don't like it. Because I can't cash it out. I can't turn it into real cash. Tried. Nothing was working to do it. So, don't like it. Don't believe in it. It's just bullshit. Another one of those things that the government likes to put out there just to get people's money for nothing. And steal it from them. So, yeah, like I'm saying, all these other applications like Guild Wars 2, that's a regular application. I didn't get that from Steam. That's a regular application I got on my other hard drives, and then I click on it to install. So, there you go. That's only supposed to be running when I click on it, and it does. It does its job. Yeah. Just like Firefox. Firefox, I don't have that in the background running all the time at all. Only time that runs, or any of its process that runs, is when I go to click on it. Just like Outlook Mail. That's not running all the time. So the processes for that and stuff like that, and also the AI for the mail now. Yeah, they added AI to the mail. Can you believe it? And I shut that off. I looked for it in the processes and I shut it off for the AI part. That only has its process running when I click on it. And also Word, Microsoft Word, that only has its process running when I click on it. Same thing. And that has AI attached to it too. I don't like AI. I don't want AI in my business. Only thing I like to have AI on is like to go to those websites to do designs and stuff and do it there, because then it's not attached to my friggin' computer. I don't want it on my computer. Sorry. I don't want nothing of AI in my computer. And this Windows 11 is supposed to have AI in it, but I don't want it. And so far I haven't really seen it. Well, actually, the Copilot thing, that's supposed to be AI. That's what they add on AI thing, but I still shut it down whenever I can. Because I don't want it. I don't really trust it. I haven't really tried the Microsoft one to see how good it is, or if it's any good, or if I can even trust it. So, and also, let's see. Epic browser. I have that. I use that once in a while. And that only have this process and stuff they are running when I want it to. Like for the Epic browser, I'm not sure if it has the VPN running in the background here for it or what. I have to look. Yeah, okay, Epic browser install, that's in there for loading. That I accept, because it needs that to run the VPN part when I start the browser. I'm not even sure if it's running right now for the back end. Oh, look. No, I don't think the VPN part for the Epic browser is running right now. But I do have the Epic browser running there, because like I say, startups, Epic updated, yeah, so that's enabled, so that's showing me there. Now, let me check something else. No, just regular Epic update. So I allow that to run because it needs it for the VPN. So when I go to click on the browser, the VPN will start and it will help protect my privacy. So yeah, I can, I already got two browsers running. Like right here, this is Firefox. I got a few things running right here already for websites popped up. This is YouTube here. So I already got all that. So you can see why I got a lot of RAM and stuff. I do a lot of things. I do a lot of multitasking. So, and also I got Brave browser running, as you can see right here. This is Brave browser. Brave browser. So here we go. Yeah, Brave. So anyhow, I'm gonna cut this short now. I hope you guys found this video informative. And also, if you don't like what Adobe's doing, having its application run in the background no matter what, even if you got it checked off or not, please go to Adobe, complain to them about it. Maybe if there's enough complaint and protest about it, they will change things this time around, so it won't be doing that anymore. Because it just seems like they're having this stuff, because they even send messages to my computer to have it start running, even though after I close it. Yes, they do that. They have it, they send a message to my computer, or to all computers, and have it pop up and running in the background. Yeah, because I'll be doing something else and I see my computer lagging a little bit. I go, well, okay, what's popped up now? So I go and open the task manager, and guess what? It will have Adobe running again on it when I already have it closed. Like right now I got it all closed. So it's good. But you wait. If I let this video play out for a little bit longer, maybe it will probably pop up again. Yeah. You'll see it pop up again. And the background processes here. But I don't got no more time to spend on this video anymore. I gotta get going. I gotta go and vacuum and stuff. So I got some house chores to do, to go vacuum and stuff. And also I gotta get something to eat because I'm diabetic and I gotta take my medication. So have fun, everyone. Take care of yourselves. And don't let these software businesses bully you around, or have their software bully you around, like what Adobe is doing to me on my computer. And if you guys are seeing the same thing, yeah, go complain to them, because I'm going to be complaining to them and bitching them out. And if they don't change things, I'm going to see about starting a lawsuit up against them, because they're not supposed to be having that run constantly. Because it seems like they're having shit run on my computer. Sorry for saying that. Having their stuff running on my computer without me clicking on it to run. Seems like they're spying on my computer. They're stealing information from my computer. And it seems like they're stealing information from my computer so they can sell it to third-rate companies. And that's against the law. So, have a good one, everyone, and stay safe. Remember, COVID is still out there, so be careful and get vaccinated. In fact, I got to see about doing a vaccination date for me and my mother to get us update vaccinated, because there's more of that COVID stuff coming out, and it seems to be getting a little bit worse. Remember, this ain't a natural virus. This is a man-made virus that man-made. America made it with China. They're at fault for making this shit. Sorry for saying shit. For making this stuff. And guess what? Where it's a biological weapon, it's going around killing people. Killed a lot of people, even animals. So yeah, humans got to stop fooling around with this stuff. They're the cause for most of our viruses out there that kills people and does harm to everything else. Like shingles virus. You know where that's from? That's from a vaccination virus from chickenpox. So if you ever had the chickenpox vaccination when you were younger, guess what? By the time you're in your 50s or 60s or whatever, even probably sooner, you'll have shingles. So you have to go get vaccinated before it occurs. Like when I found out about it, like, yeah, I went and got vaccinated, so I won't have shingles. But the thing is, what is the shingles vaccination going to do later on down the road? We don't know. Soon we'll find out, huh? But have fun, stay safe.